Greg, tough conditions today. It had been raining the night before, raining in the morning of. The ground resembled a lake, and unfortunately it made tough conditions for the reserves today.
Yeah, look, it was an old-fashioned wet weather footy day, and look, our boys were pretty good, particularly seeing I had 4 boys bigger than me playing, so I thought we played the conditions quite well.
How do you adjust to that when you've got those tall players in your side when essentially the ball's going to be on the deck all day?
Yeah, look, I was quite proud of the 4 bigger blokes. They really put in pretty hard. I don't think it makes much difference whether you're my size or Shane Valenti's size. As long as you're out there having a go and trying to put your body in the way and getting your head over the ball, it's all the same. So I thought they adjusted pretty well. We were just a bit undisciplined with a few of our 50-metre penalties probably cost us.
Considering the conditions, and we lost by a few goals in the end, we got a lot closer than we did last time against Williamstown at Williamstown, which shows some improvement heading into finals.
Yeah, for sure. I did say to the boys after the game that one thing I could take out of it, I do believe we can beat Williamstown if we come up against them in the finals. So that was a positive. And I thought our endeavour and our effort were very good. As I said, it was just a couple of things that we did by giving away those 50-metre penalties, which cost us 3 goals, which really cost us a game.
Who were some of the better players for today?
Yeah, Sam O'Sullivan I thought was, again, good. Charlie Woodley in the back line has really taken, he's come back for a couple of weeks, but he's really back to playing that confident footy he was. Nick Papaleo came back and played well again. Buddha Johnson was pretty good around the goals, and I thought that generally the effort and the intensity was pretty good by all the boys.
It was mentioned in the post-match by Gary that we've had 46 players go through the seniors, so a lot of the development boys getting some time on the big stage.
Yeah, for sure, and that's been positive about this year. Our list is, and as we've spoken a few times, a lot deeper, and I can see some improvement in all our fellas. I'd like to sign, 20 or 30 of them now for next year so that we can hang on to them and keep putting time into them and developing them even further.
Still one name to come back though, Miles Pitt.
Yeah, Miles is a chance next week against Box Hill, which is a really exciting time. So I'll look forward to seeing Miles and back on the track because he is a class player.
Well, Greg, commiserations again today, but next week an important game against Box Hill. If we can win that, we can get some momentum back.
Yeah, mate, we need to consolidate our position in that top 4. A win next week would be really good because we go into another bye, but also we've got, we've got 4 games left for the season after that, and we need to really start to hit some form going into finals.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Pete.
Gary, big win today, 88-19 over the Williamstown Football Club. The most important stat is since quarter time, we kicked 10 goals, they kicked 4 behinds.
Yeah, it was, Pete, and we certainly touched on that about our defensive mechanisms over the course of this year have been, unfortunately for us, a bit of a Achilles heel. So today to regain something in relation to our very best defensive mechanisms I thought was really important, and we also regained a fair bit of Port Melbourne spirit, and I think that's important in these conditions because it's not going to be anything pretty, it's not going to be showcasing fantastic skills, and you're not going to be on top of the ground, but for us to actually be at our competitive best and our aggressive best, I thought was extremely important for the group, and they responded.
Is this a character building type of win when you look at the conditions, because this is just pure body on the line football?
Most definitely, and it's about a contest that you can win. It's about willing yourself to be able to stay over the ball, head over the ball. It's about running hard because it's sapping today, and you only have to see how heavy the ground is going to become, and hopefully we get some sort of respite. But it's really about the mental capacity of you as an individual, but also too as a team. And I thought we ticked all the boxes today, and our ability against quality opposition, and they've been playing really, really well, and we've probably been below our best, I would have thought, but today was a win that was worth its weight in gold, I would have thought.
All the talk's been about this little tank wearing number 60, Sammy Raru. Where did he come from?
Yeah, well, Sammy just hasn't been able to get amongst it this year, unfortunately. He had a bit of a broken thumb, and then he had a thigh muscle, then he had issues with his fingers where he was doing some painting or renovating at home or something like that. And we always thought we'd play him. It was just a case of when. So when I was looking at the conditions and thinking about who could actually come in and be a little bit of a spark and a bit of an X factor, well, Sam Raru, number 60, was the boy. So very proud of his effort today.
Julian Rowe being used up forward, got front position quite well, and it seemed to free up the likes of Dean Galea, who was playing more up the ground.
Yeah, well, we're trying to just go to, I guess, an area of the ground where we've got more options, and we know Dean's a great player, and Julian's been threatening probably for a number of weeks now, but just great to see him get rewarded. Dale Whelan, Danny Hughes kicked straight today. So for us to actually spread the workload and spread our goal-scoring options, it's just going to be paramount as the season unfolds to the real business end of what we know is around the corner. So if we can continue to optimise contributions, whether it's 8 goal kickers or 12 goal kickers, we've just got to make sure that the opposition find us extremely hard to play against once it gets inside the forward 50.
One thing we remember from the last game against Williamstown was composure. It seemed better today, but how tough was it to keep it? Particularly there was a bit of niggle in the game and at three-quarter time.
Oh, it was, but we spoke about that word discipline, and it was about how much, I guess, pressure we could put on Williamstown, and the physical pressure, or a little bit of niggle as you call it, was certainly there, but it was also too about the way we wanted to play, and we just never gave up in relation to our relentless pressure against Williamstown, and in the end it was very much about what we could do, which obviously made them not be able to be at their very, very best.
Next week, you're going to a game against Box Hill here at Northport Oval. Box Hill were beaten today by the Blues. It sees us swap positions. We're in the top 4. A win sees us put a 6-point margin on. Yeah,
it's quite amazing, Pete, how even this competition has become. And, you know, when we look back on our performances thus far, we got beaten by Werribee. OK, we accept that. Geelong are a very, very good side. But the other games, really, when you think about it, we've kicked ourselves out of them, really. So it's as much about what we've done to contribute to the losses rather than what the opposition have done. And now, as you and I know, you only have to be at your best in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And if we can get to our very best, I know we can be around the mark. And I'm thinking today is a real step in the right direction.
Gary, thanks for your time.
Good on you, Pete. Appreciate it.
Borough TV is a Port Melbourne Football Club production.